Hello guys, welcome back to the channel. Happy Healing with Luke. So today I'm in Hall Place. It's kind of split between two areas. I used to live on the Crayford side of it. Used to walk the Pooch. I'll give you a little view of what I'm doing. So there's a jogger over there. So I'll be doing the loop. And just to the side of me here, nice little river. I don't know the name of the river, can't remember. But I used to bring the Pooch here when he was a pup. Excuse me. And I also used to live over there. It's a new build estate over there, about 20 years old now. So we used to come here and have a nice little walk around the park. There's a couple of football pitches over this side in the when the season starts for the kids. But yeah, used to venture down here quite a bit actually. And this side of it, more football pitches, 11 aside, whatnot. It's got a worldie over there, back in the day. But that's the Bexley Heath side. So yeah, that's where I am today. So I've got something hanging over my head, which I'll be dealing with later on in the week. Again, I've mentioned it briefly, I can't go into detail, but I will do at some point when I'm able to do so. So just bear with me on that, don't want to leave you in suspense and keep bringing it up. But a couple of videos back I mentioned about the advice we give people when they're going through things. That's not a personal attack on anybody that I know. It's a generalisation. It's difficult to give advice. You know, sometimes we just don't know what to say. Here's a bit of a repeat of a video I've recently done. But I don't know, it just needs to be said again, I think, because what's hanging over me is quite serious. Advice wise, I mean, I can't really seek it because I just can't say much about it really. Like, those who need to know do know, but again, they're not going through it, so it must be difficult for them. I mean, if you're going to give advice, before you even open your mouth, take on board what the person's actually after. What would you tell yourself? Or what would you tell someone else? Usually the best advice is what you would tell someone else if you're stuck for words or what to say, you know. Even ask the person, what are they after? Are they after a bit of support, a shoulder to lean on? You know, do they need your ears for now? You know, do they want to vent? Do they just want to be in your company? More importantly, they may just want to be in your company, and you know, I don't like when someone says, oh, you'll be all right, don't worry about it. I don't like it. I can't, I'm sorry, I just can't. I find that very difficult to deal with when I hear that, because I don't know, it's just not helpful. And you know what, 9 times out of 10 you probably will be all right, you know. But when it's you going through it, it's difficult to hear some words, you know. I find it extremely difficult to hear those words, and that's not a personal attack on anybody who's said them words to me or who will say those words to me. I mean, some people are blessed, they just don't go through certain things, or they haven't gone through certain things, you know. So, and again, seeking advice, that us who seek advice, you got to pick your right people, because you know, we all got loved ones, you know. If we've got a support network, then we're blessed, we're fortunate, you know. But there's times when we got to pick the right times, the right people who we're going to share what we need to get off of our chest, you know. The train going past. it's just one of those things where you can't just go to anybody, you know. It all depends. If you're grieving, most of us are at that age now where we've gone through that, so it's not too difficult to find someone. There's a jogger coming past, you know, I like my privacy. You know, at the end of the day, like I said, if it's grieving, then most of us have gone through that, so we can empathise with that, we can support that, we can give advice, you know, we can be there, you know. But I don't know, what else could it, if you've been triggered through past traumas, you know, and you're not seeing a professional, you know, who do you pick? 9 times out of 10 you pick your bestie. We got that one person that we turn to with almost everything, you know, so that helps. Your bestie will know you, you know, they'll know the ins and outs of what you've been through, you know, and they'll probably know your trigger points as well. So, you know, but again, frightened the shit out of me, that did, sorry for swearing. Jogger went past and he's decided to come back this way. But yeah, I mean, you know, we with certain things, I don't know, what else is there? Abusive relationships, for instance, or relationships in general. Do you go to that person who's in a long-term relationship, hasn't gone through it, hasn't experienced it? I don't think that's the right thing to do. You know, they'll have your back, they'll always have your back, but you need that person who can empathise with what you're going through, you know, who's gone through a little bit themselves, they've experienced a little bit themselves. Again, this isn't a personal attack against anybody, so if it reminds you of you, I do apologise. It really is just a generalisation about picking your times and the right people who to turn to, you know, because there's a huge subject out there right now that I'm going to be talking quite a lot about in the near future. I just can't do it right now, and I'm absolutely desperate to. I really am desperate to. I've got quite a bit of knowledge and experience on it as well, so that's coming in the future. Right now I'm just unable to, and it wouldn't be very wise of me to do it, so no. But you know, with whatever it is you're going through, just pick the right person, because some people ain't entitled to know what you're going through. If they haven't gone through it and you rock up and you want advice off of them, 9 times out of 10 you're gonna get your okay. Don't worry, I'm here for you, you get through it, you know. If you need help, then seek help, and you know, or I'm sorry, I haven't experienced that, so I'm not the right person for it, you know. But you've got to make it clear, if that person is unsure of what it is you're asking for, you may be unsure too, but you gotta, if you turn to someone, then you need to be really careful with what it is you actually want from them, what you're turning to them for. You've got to make it quite clear with your intentions of going to them, you know, because some people just don't know, you know, and you're putting a bit of pressure on them because they feel now that you've come to them that they've got to deliver whatever it is you're asking for. And some of us don't really ask what it is we want from someone. We just in our headspace and we just expect them to untie all the knots and declutter the boxes that's in our head, and it's not really fair to do that to someone. So, but we're not in the headspace half the time when we do turn to someone to stop, think and work out what we're actually wanting from that particular person, you know. So it's not an easy subject, and it's probably a reason why a lot of people just don't talk, because putting the burden on someone, does it shame them? Does it put them further behind by talking about whatever it is they're going through, you know? But you've got an urge to, you turn to someone But you've got a duty of care then to let them know what it is that you're after. You know, even if it's just, please just let me vent. You know, or once they start to try and give you advice and you're not feeling it, then you definitely have a duty of care to that person to say, look, I'm sorry, can I just vent? Can I just borrow your ears? Can I borrow your shoulders? Can I just enjoy your company? Can we take my mind off of it? Whatever it is, halfway through a conversation, you're not going to be happy if you've gone to them and held back on what it is you want. Yeah, I'm talking through my own experiences, so I know what it's like when you rock up to someone and you just expect them to know from the get-go, and when you don't get back what you want, you know, it can turn you against that, but you're just not getting it. Waste of time. Why did I bother? You know, then you get snappy and you get frustrated. The other person, that's not their fault. That's on you. But your headspace isn't allowing you to see clearly. You're still clouded with your judgment calls. You know, so it is about timing when you seek non-professional help. It's timing. If you're fortunate enough to have people around you who know, they will know their self, you know, they're the people. And sometimes you can go to the wrong person who's just going to tell you what they think you want to hear because they don't understand what you're going through. So you're not going to get real, genuine, straight to the heart advice. And sometimes you've got to be cruel to be kind. You know, sometimes you just need to be told. And again, it's timing, it's getting it right, it's going at the right time, seeking that advice at the right time. You know, sometimes you just need to have a couple of days out on your own. You know, I've got something big in my life this week. I'm out on my own. I'm visiting friends after I've finished here, but I've decided to take time out because I'm not going to do anybody any justice. So I need to be on my own, and I don't know why I chose here today, but it has meaning behind it here for me. You know, I've just chose this little spot to take a pew for 5 minutes, and there's me mate the jogger who shit the life out of me a minute ago. So he's obviously not doing laps, he's just doing lemps. Bless him. Frightened the granny out of me though. I didn't expect him to come running back on me. But you know, I just needed to get this off my chest today because I've gone to people and the timing was off. I should never have gone to certain people that I have done. You know, there's no judgment on it. It's just hindsight's a beautiful thing. I've had time to digest a lot of what I've been going through. You know, a lot of work has been done behind the scenes. Professional help, self-help, self-work, support network, excuse me. It don't look that hot today, but it really is. It's really quite humid, sticky. But there's a bit of air over here. So yeah, I mean, what do? You just gotta pick your moments, guys, you know. And as I said, you're gonna get, it doesn't last forever, you'll be okay soon, and you get through it, you're strong enough, you've been through worse, you know. All kind words, you know, but it depends on what you're sharing with the person, because unless you are prepared to really open up and share correctly, you're only going to give little bits. You're going to hold back on what it is you wish to share. And you know that people ain't mind readers, you know, especially if it's not face to face. You know, like I said, I've gone to people. I've had people really concerned about me this year, which has been quite emotional for me, to be honest, to receive some of the things I've had thrown my way this year in terms of support and who, especially, you know who you are. One of you do watch the videos and you're supporting me with it amazingly, so thank you for that. But yeah, I mean, to have someone worry about you to that point, yeah, that's nice. That's nice. I didn't expect a couple of people to step up and come forward this year, you know, that have, and I can't thank you enough. Unexpected. That doesn't mean I was thinking of you any less. I just didn't have them thoughts in my head that you thought of me in that way. So I hope that makes sense, you know. But I'm not sitting here thinking who loves me, who likes me, who doesn't, who should, who can, who will. Been in my headspace. So yeah, I've been selfish this year. I've been all about me and trying to sort my own mess out, and at the same time trying to get over it. You know, I don't believe I'm far away now from being over it. Whole lot better headspace than what I have been. You know, these last couple of months I'm quite proud of myself of how far I've come. I've drawn on past experiences with my own mental health, so, you know, I've bought into the therapy that I've had. I've used that as an advantage to get me over the line, to get me through, you know, to take my own advice, what I'd give people on board. That's really difficult as well, you know. As I said it earlier on the walk about giving someone else advice, or, you know, or taking it on board. It's not easy. It's not easy to receive. It's not easy to ask. It's not easy to give. You know, this isn't just about you going through what you're going through and seeking the help. It's about you other guys who are in positions where you wish to help and you want to support, or you are. You know, there's a big onus on you, and there's kudos on you for doing that. You know, it's not an easy thing to do. It must be frustrating as hell, not 100% knowing what the person is actually wanting. You know, you're there, you're ready, you're good to go, but you're not receiving what you need to hear. You know, but just bear with that, because as ready as you are, that person may believe they're ready to share and to accept the support you're willing to give. But just be patient, because the mind plays some amazing tricks on us when we go through things. We are very... I'm going to say something now, it could be controversial, but I don't mean it in a controversial way. It's just for those of you who aren't going through anything. And if you're going through this particular thing, it's not a personal attack. It's just for someone else who are there to support you, to understand what it is we go through when we're in our headspace. It's a little bit bipolar in terms of we're up here, you know, we're going good guns, we're confident. You know, we have a 3, 4, maybe 5 or 6 days of just pure energy rush where we're good, we're strong, we're confident, we're positive, you know, we're just trying to get through it, and we're not letting anything get us down. But the mind plays this trick on you when you're healing, when you're going through through whatever traumas you're going through, and then you just hit this block for no reason. You get up one day or you wake up one day and it's game over, and that game over could be 2 or 3 days where they're not socializing, they don't want to talk, they don't want to know, they're avoiding your calls, they're being really late with their responses. You know, you start to worry about that person, what the hell was going on, you know. And then you meet them, you talk, and it's like you've been in such a good place. I didn't see it. Just little relapses, they come. They come, they go, they come, they go. There's no warning on them. I've had probably a good long month of positivity, and yesterday, hottest day of the year, I didn't even go out and do a video. I didn't get in the car. I've got this coming at the end of the week, whatever it is I'm going through, and I expected a little relapse of some sort, but that hit me hard yesterday. I just was not interested, and I was asleep by 6:30, maybe less than that, 6:20 maybe, and I woke up about 2 o'clock in the morning thinking it was 9 o'clock in the morning, and I was disorientated, and it took a long time today to think sod it, and that's the other part of this video, is about controlling what we can and letting be what we can't control, just not letting it go. But if it's out of your control, what can you actually do? You can't do a thing. And I've spoke about this, I think I've done a video on this as well, so I've probably mixed 2 videos up here today, but I need to get it off my chest. Those of you who are the support network, you guys are absolutely amazing for what you do, for what you put up with, the frustration that you go through, the lack of clarity of what is expected of you, the patience you show, the support you give, the strength that you offer. Without you guys, we can see all the therapists in the world, but you're only going to do a 6 to 12 week course on therapy, and when that therapist is gone, we need you guys. We can't do it on our own. To be alone when you're healing is the hardest thing to accept. It is lonely, it's dark, it prolongs the journey. So you guys who are the support network, you deserve a medal, because without you, the journey just, will we get to the other side of the journey? And they will do 9 times out of 10, but it's a hell of a long road without you guys. So, all you support network, not for me, for everybody that you're supporting, you guys are amazing. This one's out there for you. Big shout out to whoever you are. Keep doing what you're doing. You're amazing people, and just know, if you haven't received the words, it don't mean that you're not thought of. And I get your frustration, I get how hard it is, but I just think you guys, you're on a different level, you're class, and without you it can't be done. So keep the patience, more than anything. Keep the patience. You need to have the patience of a saint. You're making me smile thinking of how wonderful you are, so that alone is a bonus in this video. Thank you. You've made me smile. Thinking of you helping the people that you help is world class. So keep doing what you're doing. And for those of us who are seeking the support, pick your moments. Be very mindful of what it is you want from the person. Are you on that little up? You've had your up and downers, if you're on a little up, that's the time to, don't be complacent. That may be the time to seek. It'll be the best time to talk. You need to be more open and transparent and honest with what it is you're seeking. Your judgment will be clear. Your mind will be absolutely balanced when you're up. That's the time when you open up to your support network and let them in, give them a little something back with what they can do for you when you're on your downer. Share your thoughts if you're able to, if you wish to. Share your thoughts when you're on your downers. Yeah. So when you're up, that's when you talk. Let them in. Let them know what goes on in your head when you're on your downer. It gives them more tools to play with. It gives them a better understanding of what advice and what support they can offer you when you're on your downer. It'll open their eyes up for, if they're around you enough to see when you're starting to get your downer, the beginning of your downer, the breakdown. You guys supporting, if you're around that person enough, then 9 times out of 10 you're there when they're up, you're there when they're down. It's the bit in the middle, recognizing the signs. So it's the onus is on the person going through it. It's up to you to tell your bestie, your support network, when you're up, what you go through when you're on your downer, and if they're around you, what you expect or what you would like them to do. And it builds up your confidence. It makes you feel safer knowing that the support that you have got are aware of what you're going through when you're on your downer. You know, so it's when you're up is when you talk, because your judgment is clear. You're not clouded. You're not. Don't not talk about it when you're up, because you're going to be going through relapse after relapse after relapse. That is just part of the course. It's the journey that we're going through. It's part of the healing. It's the process. Accept it. Embrace it. You're not going to share much when you're down. It just does not happen. But don't be ignorant and complacent when you're up. That's the time your support network can get the most out of you. Yeah? They see what you're like when you're up. They know what you're like when you're down. You're locked away. You don't want to know. You're just not there. You're there, but you're not. You're not interested. You don't want no help, but you do. You obviously do. We need help. You know, so if you're going to talk about it when you're up. I think that's the best, wisest thing to do, is to share what you're going through when you're up. You talk clearly, you understand about yourself a lot more, you can share more, you know, and even by doing that, that will prolong your up. Yeah, if you don't share it when you're up, you just kick on, you crack on, but it don't, on your healing journey, it doesn't last that long. You can get a month or two months out of it, and then you get a relapse. You might get a day or 2 days, 3 days, a week. You know the relapse is coming. You got always have that back of your mind. But if you don't talk about the relapse and how it feels, or recognise it yourself, where it comes from in your body, you don't go straight to your head. Nothing ever goes straight to your head. There's a build up through your system. You know, a lot of it is nerves. We've got a nervous system. It attacks from its starting point. You just got to understand where the starting point is. That's part of the self-work. That's part of understanding how we are, what trigger points, where it starts from. It ain't just about other people that cause the trauma and everything else. It's about how we deal with it within ourselves. Yeah, we need to start recognizing where these points are. We're 28 minutes in on this video. If you're still watching, kudos to you, respect to you. I really hope you do, because I feel I've given quite a bit of information there today, and if you're just going to watch the first 4 minutes, it ain't going to make sense, is it? So I don't know, maybe I might have to repeat some of this sometime soon, just to shorten it down a little bit. I've blabbed on long enough. We're half an hour in, and guys, thank you for all the support, not just on the channel, but for what you do for other people who are going through things. I know I've said thank you already, but this one's for you, yeah? Thank you very much. Because again, without you, then the journey is long and tough, and it's really not nice. But it's not nice anyway, but you make it nice. You make it better. You make it safe. You make us feel part of something when most of the time when we're going through it, we don't feel part of anything. But for you guys, thank you very much. Keep doing what you're doing. You're amazing people. And for you going through it, I've said in the video already, you know, you can't just expect your support network just to be there and understand and know. You need to tell them, and the best time to tell them is when you're up. All right, so on that note, from Hall Place, Crayford side, Bexley Heath side. God, it's been a while. Thanks for listening. Happy healing with Luke. Speak to you soon.